It's News Bad News once again on your screens with me, now Akushika Kofi. Of course, I'm super excited. Today's Friday. I hope your week has been amazing. Now, follow Muse Africa on all of our social media platforms. On Twitter and Instagram, it's muse.africa. Don't forget the dot when you are typing it in your search button. Now, you can follow Muse Africa on Facebook. For Facebook, it's Muse Africa without the dots. Now, I've been making this announcement all the time that Muse Africa is doing something amazing. You might want to follow us on Instagram if you are not doing so, because we're giving special gifts out to the people who are going to follow us. But then we're going to select out of the first 100, the 50th, 80th and 90th persons, and we're going to give you very, very special gifts. So give us the follow right about now. You're welcome back from the break. So in the wake of this deadly pandemic, the government put so many measures in place to help combat the spread of the virus. Now, the president, in one of his addresses to the nation in March, to be precise, closed down all schools, be it private or public. But then later on, he came back to say that all final year students of the JHS, the SHS, and also final year students in the university could partake in their examinations so they can finish school and then move on to the other levels of their education. Now, I had an interview with a journalist from GTV. Her name is Sandrine Amponsa, and she talks about how a woman and mother teacher who goes by the name Madam Eunice Appiah organizes extra classes for these young ones. I'm not talking about people who are 16 years or 15 or 14. I'm talking about kids who are about 6, 7 or 8 years. She organizes classes for them. Now, she started this off with her child and 3 friends of her child to help stop her child from roaming about. Now, this is a video of the woman, Madam Eunice Appiah, explaining why she did so.
I'm a teacher. During the lockdown, I have a small girl. So she and her friends, they usually come to my room to play. They watch televisions, then they play. So when I come out, I see them walking around. So one day I called only 4 of her friends. Then I told her that, come and let me teach you. So I teach them. When we close, the next day it was 10 children. Say, hey, I don't have a place, so I have to teach them on my area, the place I stay. The assurance is 1, they wash their hands. And then the wearing of nose masks is compulsory. If you come and you don't have the nose mask, I will sack you to go home. And then after break, I'll see to it that every child washes his or her hands before he or she come and sit down. And then in the morning, they wash their hands before they come to class. And then after break, and we also use sanitizers. We have sanitizers there. They use it to clean their hands so that there will not be any problem here. We started for about 1 month, and I haven't seen any problem. Sometimes even the children, they were more. They want me to extend it to JHS, but I don't have space. Yes, only the upper and the lower part because of we don't have space. This place is very small. And when you sack them, they will come. Even Saturday, they come here. But I don't teach on Saturday. Saturday, they come and play around. So I sack them, but they will come. When I give them work and they do it, I make sure I mark all the exercises and the homework before they go. I'll see that there is some improvements. They have improved a lot. So I see more and more improvement. Even I thought I was the one who taught them time, class 1, cyclic events, and when I ask them questions, they are able to answer it, and when I give them exercise, they are able to do it. So I've seen that I've done a good job.
So speaking with the journalist from GTV, Madam Sandrine Amponsa, she expresses her views and says so much about this. Well, she doesn't agree and doesn't like the fact that this woman did that. But then I'm not going to spill all the news over here. You can watch the conversation.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I mean, how should they been though so far?
It's been busy. It's been quite busy. From the newsroom to the studio, back to the newsroom. It's in a video, so we are still on it.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for making time for this conversation. So let's just get down to business. Yeah, so I really admire the work that you did, and I must applaud the woman in question, Madam Ernestina, for Madam Eunice, sorry, for how the effort she put in trying to organize extra classes for these students to prevent them from roaming about. But then I have a concern here. would you say that she had no other choice but to accept these children? Because first up, she was interviewing, first up, she was teaching these children in accompaniment with her daughter, 4 children for starts.
Yeah.
It was her daughter first, and then it was 3 children in accompaniment with her daughter. And then the next day, it was about 10 or more children. So would you say that she had no other option but to accept them, because the president had given a directive that no classes is supposed to take place except for final year students?
Yeah, exactly. It was the main concern, because these are kids from different homes, different walks of life. Their parents go out every day, they meet different kinds of people, they come back, they meet their kids, and these kids come together and mingle. So that was a major concern for me, because the main aim for the closure of the schools was to ensure that kids don't come together at one place as they meet different people and they could start an infection. So that was the main aim why the schools were actually closed. So this is like she repeating the whole thing. You know, that was a concern of the president. And it's exactly what she's doing. So I even asked her, and she told me she's putting COVID-19 protocols in place. Like she makes the kids wear nose masks. They wash their hands with soap. There was a Veronica Baker there. They wash their hands under it before they come to study. So she felt she's put enough measures in place for that. But I asked her, because kids come from all over, you know, and these kids, I mean, they go all over, everywhere. You don't know who they've met, and you let them meet at one place, which should be of concern. But she felt she's putting enough measures, and so far there's not been any symptoms that shows on any child, so they are okay.
Okay, so do you think that the role of a mother, compassion, was played here? Because she's a mother and she felt like these kids shouldn't be roaming about, because she realized that her daughter was sitting in her classroom studying. So the role of a mother's compassion played here.
Not really, because interestingly, I spoke to some of the parents who bring their awards there. I spoke to a man, and he actually commended her for a good job done, because he felt he works closer to the place. And this is a very good opportunity for someone to look after his child at a very low cost. The lady actually takes 1 cedi per child a day.
I noticed from
So
that.
he felt it was very affordable for him. And at that instance, the child will be taken care of. So at least he knows that from around 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., my child is here. So the man actually also felt it was a good thing and was commending the lady for a good job done. So I wouldn't necessarily think it's anything, because the men who bring their awards, they were also, you know, applauding her for such a good gesture.
Okay. So but then I mean, I think that you just answered the question from a different angle. But then the angle at which I was taking it from is that you are a mother right? So let's say you're a mother. And let's say you're a mother and you're a teacher as well, you Sandrine. Now you are teaching your kids, and then you realize that, I realized that the kids around the playing ground in my area are messing around, are playing, and they're going astray. So you feel like as a mother, you Sandrine, you feel like you should gather these children together so you can teach them, to help them inculcate more knowledge in there. So
actually, yes.
So
so with me, for instance, I'll give you an example. So my child's friends, right? Since they close schools, I don't let my son out of the house. They do Zoom stuff. So I don't let him out of the compound, even to the compound of the house. He's always indoors. But his friend, one of the parents I'm free with, called me and tried to tell me that, there's a classes ongoing for the kids to attend. So she felt, instead of my son being cooped up in the house every time, it's a good idea if he comes out and attends the classes, at least meet his friends, you know, you have a time. I told her no. And I gave her the reasons why I'm saying no. Because the whole idea of a closure of schools is for everybody to stay at home. take care of your child. I know it's very difficult. I was lucky enough. My sister is a teacher, so she's with me now, and her kids came, so they are in the house together. I have someone taking care of my child for me, right? So but this is a matter of a life and death situation. You don't compromise these things. Yes. Like I gave an example. Your child might be healthy and strong, and he or she might get
could you please hold on for a bit? The internet connection is poor here, so I'd want to check something. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, no.
Thank you for staying with us.
It's okay.
Yes. So
no problem.
So we're talking about how the sanctioning, you said that's too harsh for the government to, that's too harsh of a punishment, for the government to give the woman. Yes, but then let me reiterate the question I was asking, because I feel like the leaders of the community should have done something about it. Because the leaders of the community, the members of parliament of the constituency, are supposed to work hand in hand with the government. And the head of the government at the moment is the president. And the president has given a directive. So what do you think we should do about these leaders who are turning a blind eye?
I don't really think there should be. I think we should be, the most important thing for us to do is to sensitize our parents more, especially because these are awards. That's where I think lies the importance. The MP, the traditional leader might come. I mean, this is someone whose job is at stake. What are you putting in place? What measures are you putting in place to salvage the person's job? You're telling the person, don't leave your child with a teacher. But the person might lose his or her job if they do. I mean, you are not helping. So I think at least our institutions, the organizations people work in, they should be more child-friendly. And especially with the mothers, if at least you can give them a half day, they can close early, some way. If at least they have a teenager in the house, if you can take care of Chrissy, so let's say 4 or 5 hours, I'll go work and come back and take care of my child. But you tell parents, go back to work, 8 to 5, like I do. Then I'll go to work. I have a 9-year-old in the house. The newsroom is not child-friendly. I can't bring my child to the newsroom. So if I'm living alone and you tell me this, what option do you want me to have? Especially if I should live in a region where my family is not close by or anything for that matter, how do you expect me to survive? You see? So I think it's up to us to educate the parents. The traditional leaders are rulers. They are not going to help us in any way. I think we should go to the grassroots and talk to the parents for them to know the importance. Like I spoke to a parent who asked me to bring my ward to the classes. I spoke to her, and this especially is a serious case because she's a stay-at-home mom, just there, so she should go for classes. I was like, I work, but I'm not taking my child to any classes. I'm letting him stay in the house. I think it's the best for him health-wise. So it's the best initiative. And especially me, as an example, the kind of work I do is risky enough. Why would I want to, let him add on to that stress of me always being like stressed out about whether the kind of person I came into contact with, is safe or not, then I'll add my child to it. I don't think it's safe. We should think more of our kids as parents. I mean, all this hustle in life is because of our kids, their future. So if you put your child at risk and go to work, it's not going to help you. At least, if not anything, have an agreement with your boss in the office, talk to them, and let them, try to massage your working hours for you. I mean, it's all for God and country.
Yeah, for God and country. But then, I mean, thank you so much for having this conversation. But then I think that, I honestly think that it's not just in Kumasi that this is happening. It's happening in
Accra. It's not.
It's happening in Accra too. I've seen some here in Accra. But then the ones I saw wearing as little as watch the research and documentary that you did, they were grown ups. They were in like JHS 1, JHS 2. But then your case is too sensitive because these are very young.
It is. They are really young kids, and they are more vulnerable because these are kids who can go see a friend's nose mask and be like, mine is not nicer or yours is nicer. Let me wear it for a while.
Yes, that's exactly the reason the president.
Yes. I mean, they're more vulnerable. So it's better we let them stay at home. For our health and theirs, we should just let them stay at home and have fun. I mean, school, you go to school like half of your life. So
okay, thank you so much, Sandy.
Welcome,
thank you. But then how's Kumasi though?
Oh, Kumasi is great. You should visit sometime.
Oh wow, I've been there. I've been there a few times. Yeah, my big sister moved back to Accra, but because of you, I'll visit. And I noticed you're a money fan. And I'm a money fan too.
Oh, I'm a crazy money fan. I know you're a money fan. That's why I was following you.
Yeah, so we talked about Manifestivities and all his other album and
right? Oh, so I mean, there's some on the way. I'm so geared up for it.
Okay, Sandy, thank you so much. I hope
thank you for having me.
Okay, my regards to your son.
Right, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation. Now you can share your thoughts with us on Twitter. It's muse.africa. Let me know what you think. Do you think that the woman should be sanctioned? I don't know about you, but I think sanctioning is too harsh of a punishment. Okay, now don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I keep saying this. We are giving out special gifts, guys. The first 100 to follow, we're going to pick the 50th, 80th, and 90th business, and we're going to give you a very, very special gift. Up next is entertainment with Tilly. What have you just tuned in? You're still watching Muse by Muse. My name is Na Akushika Kofi, and of course I have the lovely melanin popping Tilly Ikianipa here with beaming smiles, ready to give it to you hot and spicy. The best entertainment news you've ever heard. Welcome.
Thank you. You keep changing your introduction for me. First you had exciting, exhilarating, now melanin popping,
hot and spicy.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I guess I can go straight to my first story.
Straight to the...
Yes, so I had a conversation with a very pretty lady. That's Miss Forsing. She is signed to the Black Avenue Music. That's D Black's record label. Yeah. She's doing amazingly well. She has songs out like "Would Do Me Rough,"
and her voice is actually incredible.
Yeah. Miss Forsing is amazing on the guitar. I had a conversation with her. She has a new song with Fameye that is titled Number One. I spoke to her about some of her creation process since she can also play the instrument. She said something very interesting. Let's watch.
Yeah, I would say I started learning the keyboard at a very tender age. Oh, cool. It was how you compose, you have to do it. So all my siblings plays the keyboard, but it got to a point I stopped playing it for some time, but I play the guitar now.
Okay.
And my dad taught me the basics.
Okay.
Too, yeah.
So then, in your songs, the compositions, making of the beats and everything, are you involved because you know it, or you let the beat maker create it?
Yes, I am involved in it sometimes. My producer Ronnie turned me up. You know, we vibe a lot in the studio. Sometimes I am not a sound engineer, but sometimes the sound comes in mind, and I tell him, "Oh, let's do this." Okay. Then he applies it to it. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so clearly.
Yes. I mean, it makes so much sense.
Yeah. Now, let me move to my next story. That's another lady who is doing amazingly well, Miss Shasha. Miss Shasha dropped a song called Informal Bay, Pretty and Dangerous. She is back with a new song that is so different and so cool. I've listened to the song.
Yeah, I really like her vocals. Honestly speaking.
Yeah. It's called Addiction. Yeah, so now that we are all addicted, I think we can move to another side of the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
If you could remember so well, there was this story around where there was supposed to be, or there is supposed to be, a clash between Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy, and then Stonebwoy's father in the music industry, that Samini, came out and he wasn't really happy about it because according to him, that fight was for him, not Stonebwoy. So Stonebwoy has taken his beatings. Wow. Now Stonebwoy also replied to his father on the same Assassin Radio that they are hosting this clash. Stonebwoy said some things in patois, may not be the most loyal person in the industry, blah blah blah. And then Samini has come out to speak again. But this time he spoke mostly because of what is happening between this, you know, a lot of things. You know, Stonebwoy,
really?
Oh,
yes,
Samini has spoken again. He has done a video, very long video, and he's saying something very interesting about his son, Stonebwoy. Let's watch.
My people, if I want to talk, like I did tell you, you will cool down the way you did address me, and you talk, say, at the envy Stonebwoy and at the, you know, if I want to talk, you know, talk those things again. Because a lot of things happened before we parted ways, but nobody came out. I did not come out to say anything like how when things were going on between him and Kelvin, he was quick to come out and do things. Even during that time, I spoke to him one-on-one, low-key, and said, you cast your mind back to certain things and check how I handled certain things and cool down, because it's good to protect the legacy rather than break it down all of a sudden and let people just do whatever.
Okay, so that was Samini. I think he has a case.
Yeah.
Now let me move to my final story. That is Gidochi. Gidochi has us. In fact, those who don't know him, he was the one who made High With Me, With You. Well, it's not the same thing. No, High With Me is one song.
With You is also different.
Yes, Gidochi won or has won $30,000 for actually winning or coming as the winner,
yes,
for the Nescafe One Song Challenge. Ooh. Yes, it's a big deal. $30,000 in COVID era.
Gidochi Cafe.
Yeah. no. The challenge is Nescafe One Song Challenge, and Gidochi won it. Yeah, so it's an amazing deal. And so this is all I brought for you, but I can't leave without telling you something big. Open Gates.
Oh, challenge.
Yes,
he opened the gates.
Yes. Open Gates has amassed 1 million views. That is Kwame Eugene's lead song.
I think he did that in 1 week.
Please, why are you taking the fun out of the thing?
Because I like the song.
Yes, so Open Gates by Kwame Eugene, which is on his Son of Africa album, has amassed 1 million views in just a week, guys. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Yes, now I'm done.
Okay, we will open gates for you tomorrow too.
Okay, by the way, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Tilly Nipa.
Don't forget to follow She versus Hair. You know, she's the she, I'm the hair. We are She versus Hair.
You see why I'll come on your show every day.
Thank you so much for passing through today.
Thanks for having me, love.
All right, so we're wrapping up. Unfortunately, I have to leave you. It's the weekend, guys. Be safe, be safe. COVID-19 is real. Wear your nose mask, use your face shields. It must be the two together. And use your sanitizers and wash your hands under running water with proper soap, guys, with proper soap. Now, don't forget to watch the show again on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel and like and press the notification bell so that you can get more videos. You know, you can get more notifications whenever we post any video. Don't forget to follow Muse Africa on Instagram. It's muse.africa. Don't forget the dot. And we're going to give special gifts out to the first 100 to follow, the 50th, 80th, and 90th person. So you might be one of the lucky ones. So give us that follow right about now if you are not doing so. I hope you enjoyed the conversation I had with Sandrine Amponsa from GTV. Have a good evening.